And welcome to Newsmax Now. Donald Trump continues to face backlash for comments he's made about Fox News host Megyn Kelly.
It was not a quiet weekend at all for the Trump campaign, nor for Fox News, but Donald Trump's momentum in the polls shows no sign of slowing down right now.
Yeah, that's for sure. Despite these various controversies, according to a new poll by Morning Consult, Trump is the only GOP contender to reach double digits. Take a look at this. 32% of the vote, and that's up 7 points from the same poll just last week.
Now, of course, after that fiery first debate on Fox News, Donald Trump remains the most liked, as you just saw, and most talked about candidate in the GOP primary. And now the fiercest battle of this campaign so far is playing out across a wide spectrum of conservative media between Donald Trump and Fox News host Megyn Kelly. Kelly and her team at Fox News fired the first shot, a tough personal preemptive strike tossed right at the billionaire real estate mogul.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't.
Trump maintains he never made the comments about women in general, and some of Megyn's claims are less than accurate. Inside Edition tracked down former Playboy playmate and Apprentice star Brandy Roderick to debunk the claim that a comment Trump made about her dropping to her knees was sexually suggestive.
I've never had a negative experience with Donald or being on The Apprentice with Donald. It's always been positive.
Conservatives are rallying behind Trump. Rush Limbaugh says the questions from Kelly and the Fox crew were unfair. Michael Savage accused Kelly and the Fox News brass of working for Clinton's campaign.
I know full well that no Democrat candidate is ever going to get a question like that. And no Democrat candidate is ever going to be made to justify his or her existence, like our candidates are.
It's clear now that Mayhem Kelly is working for the other side. It's clear now that Martha Washington and Roger Ailes and Rupert Murdoch are working for Hillary Clinton. It's as clear as a bell that Mayhem Kelly has gone over to the dark side.
But not all conservatives are backing Trump. Eric Erickson disinvited Trump from his red state gathering, claiming that Donald has not apologized for another controversial comment, that one about Megyn Kelly bleeding from her eyes and elsewhere. Erickson says it was a quip about menstruation. Trump maintains he never mentioned anything that personal. Also, Trump supporters say Fox News is on a jihad to close down Trump's White House run, pointing out that Erickson is a paid Fox News contributor, and the media tycoon Rupert Murdoch is backing Jeb Bush for the Republican nomination. Like Jeb, Murdoch has openly embraced more liberal immigration reform policies. Last year, Murdoch even sat down with Obama's closest aide, Valerie Jarrett, to discuss immigration. More recently, Murdoch tweeted out that Trump should leave the race. For his part, Trump remains unapologetic and committed to the race. But there was this development today. Trump tweeted this out. Roger Ailes just called. He is a great guy and assures me that Trump will be treated fairly on Fox News. His word is always good. Well, the other big story coming from the Trump campaign this weekend, top political advisor Roger Stone is no longer with the campaign. The Donald says he fired Stone. Stone says he had to quit. So which one is it? Joining me right now to go through this and much more is the man himself, Roger Stone. Roger, it's great to have you with us. Tell us exactly what happened during the final moments of your involvement with the Donald J. Trump campaign.
Well, I made a decision that I was not having an impact on the direction of the campaign. The campaign, in my view, got seriously off track as they began to pursue these personality fights with certain TV personalities as opposed to focusing on the big picture issues which had gotten Trump to the historic first place position in the polls. Fortunately, I told at least 4 of my friends in advance of my deliberations and my decision to resign, and they confirmed that for the New York Times and for Politico. So the assertion that I was fired is demonstrably false. I resigned, but I remain a strong Trump supporter because I believe he's the only candidate with the financial independence to take on a corrupt ruling class and a corrupt political system and bring real conservative reform to America.
And that last part seems to be exactly what he has tapped into. We'll talk about that more in a second, but I do want to discuss this battle between Trump and Fox News and the theory that Fox News, namely Roger Ailes and Rupert Murdoch, are actively working against the Trump campaign and working for Jeb Bush's campaign. And it's not just us saying it. A lot of folks are, including Bill Maher, who said this on HBO's Real Time.
For all those people who say Donald Trump could not go all the way, I don't think they're right. They didn't say he would get this far. And obviously, I don't know what the results are from last night, but Fox tried to put a stake in him, and I don't think they did.
So there, Roger, you have Bill Maher saying that Fox tried to put a stake in Trump. Is Bill Maher right about this?
No, I think he's absolutely wrong. I don't think that Rupert Murdoch and Roger Ailes are either for or against Donald Trump. I think they're in favor of huge ratings and in favor of making money. 24 million people watched this debate. By the way, I thought Jeb Bush was terrible. I mean, this guy was so boring, his podium almost fell asleep. I really reject the notion. Look, politics isn't beanbag, and I thought Trump came out of the debate fine. In fact, I actually think he won the exchange with Megyn Kelly because he converted it from a discussion of women and his comments about women to a discussion of being politically incorrect.
But now we do have
no fear of.
We do have a lot of GOP candidates, including Carly Fiorina, coming out against Trump and those comments against Megyn Kelly. Let's take a listen.
They were completely inappropriate and offensive comments, period. I started out as a secretary, and as I made my way up in the business world, a male-dominated business world, I've had lots of men imply that I was unfit for decision-making because maybe I was having my period.
Well, that's never good. Of course, you'd expect Carly Fiorina to be out in front on this, but the rest of the candidates, they've been more tepid taking on Trump after his comments on immigration and John McCain. Out of the crowd, who do you think is the most afraid to engage directly with Donald Trump?
Now, I think all of the major candidates are afraid to engage with him. Look, you cannot totally blow up the Republican Party and hope to defeat Hillary Clinton or whatever left-winger the Democrats choose to nominate. At the end of the day, you have to have a united Republican Party. This was Reagan's great strength. Sure, he beat George Bush and John Connally and Howard Baker, and then afterwards, he did it in such a way that he could bring everybody in and have a united party. If the Republican Party melts down into internal squabbling that cannot be put back together, then they will surely lose. And I think that's one of the reasons why the major candidates, Bush, Walker, Rubio, have not engaged Trump, and they're wise not to engage him. On the other hand, Trump, it would be wise not to engage news personalities and stay focused on the big picture themes that brought him to the #1 position in this race.
I read your comments. You said this could go all the way to perhaps a broker convention.
It certainly could, because for two reasons. One, all of the primaries up to March 14th are proportional. And also, the Romney people fooled with the rules to try to stop any conservative insurgent from ever being able to win the nomination. And therefore, it takes 8 states to have your name be put in nomination and have votes cast for you. So consequently, you could have a situation in which delegates are available, pledged to other minor candidates who have dropped out of the race by that time, but that no one has enough votes to top the 1128 you need to be nominated.
Well, we'll all stay tuned.
This could indeed be a very long haul.
It could be a long haul. Roger Stone, thanks so much for being with us. Great to talk to you.
Great to be here.